Joining me right now is Mark Levine. He's New York City Councilman. He's also the chair of the council's health committee, importantly here. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Is today a day to celebrate?
This is an important step forward. It's an incremental step on our road back to reopening the economy. But I want to emphasize that while New Yorkers might be ready to be done with this pandemic, the pandemic is not done with us yet. We're still averaging about 500 cases per day of newly diagnosed New Yorkers with COVID-19. The virus is still here. It's still circulating, and we still have to take precautions. We want New Yorkers to understand that this step forward is being done cautiously, and that we're going to continue to watch the health numbers like a hawk, and that further reopenings can only happen if we continue to make progress in beating back the spread of this virus.
Yeah, and Governor Cuomo made very clear today that there is going to be a special focus. They will be keeping their eye very closely on New York City to see any spikes in the data going forward. What is your biggest concern then as the city now makes these moves? I mean, I know you have been very outspoken about the talk of possible outbreaks from protest gatherings.
Look, we have a massive case of quarantine fatigue in this city. The weather's getting warmer. Folks have been protesting, a right that I strongly support because of the stakes in the fight against systemic racism and policing and society at large. Our job as public health leaders is to help people understand the risk and do what they can to limit it. And we do understand that open air environments are less risky than indoors. We do understand that wearing a mask does provide protection, but we don't want people to entirely let their guard down. We need more people going in for testing. That's the way we're going to track this. And we've started contact tracing in New York. Unfortunately, I don't think a lot of New Yorkers know that, but we need people to answer the call if they get a positive test. Talk to the contact tracer. You have to recount who you've been in touch with. This is the kind of important health infrastructure we need in place to protect us as we reopen, while we still have, again, 500 new cases diagnosed every single day.
Yeah. As this is all happening, there is also this important conversation going on about policing in America. And New York City is front and center and part of this as well. Minneapolis, we're hearing from council members there, are moving to defund their police department. You've spoken out about cutting the NYPD's $6 billion budget. What do you want to do with the money?
Look, there's going to have to be dramatic change in policing in New York City because of years and decades of police brutality and, frankly, because of unacceptable and reprehensible practices in the last 10 days that have been overly aggressive and at times violent to peaceful protesters. And that is going to have to include moving money out of the NYPD where it's desperately needed into youth programs, health programs, affordable housing. We're going to have to take money out of the NYPD for the good of this city and ultimately to make us safer by investing in young people and health and the other things that we need to be a healthy society here in New York.
And a whole new, maybe not a new conversation, but an important conversation about what public safety actually looks like and should look like now. Mark, thank you for coming on. I appreciate